Jin, welcome to the program. Thanks so much I know it's early there in South Korea, but thank you so much for being on with us on Reinvention Radio.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor.
You're welcome. And just to kind of put this in perspective for you, Jin is the real deal. And when I say the real deal, I mean she is Korea's most popular motivational speaker. So, I mean, we're not talking to just someone who likes to talk about things and help and work with people. She is Korea's most popular motivational speaker. Her autobiography, From Immigrant Housemaid to Harvard PhD, sold more than 500,000 copies in Korea. And you're just now starting to do some amazing things here in the States. And so literally, I mean, no matter where you are in your career path, give Jin a call here. Area code 602-277-5369. We'd love to hear from you. So, Jin, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Talk to me. What are you working on? What brings you back to South Korea today?
Oh, well, as you mentioned, I am a motivational and inspirational speaker in Korea, and so gratefully, I am so popular in invitations. So I've been giving so many speeches here, and yesterday I gave one, and today I have 2 speeches to deliver, and all over the country. I know Korea is small, but still, it's traveling around and inspiring, and just waking them up about their life purpose, and it's just so exciting.
Wow. And so talk to me about, because I mean, I know you speak to people of all ages and inspire them with your story, but talk to me about what some of your work has inspired. Talk to me about some of the people that you've worked with and what they've been able to do as a result of just listening to you and following your advice.
Yeah, there are so many I would love to share, but there was one lady, who used to be a poor soldier's, a second lieutenant's wife, and she used to be so scared to venture out, but she loved to read. And one day she ran into my book, right, when it came out, and it became a bestseller, overall #1, and she was just reading it, and she just couldn't put it down. And she said that was the first book she bought because she couldn't afford to buy a book. But after that, she was it just transformed her. And later, she became one of the top freelancer TV producer.
Wow!
And yeah, she even went to Iraq and Afghanistan to document some life over there, and so she even received the most powerful woman powerful woman in Korea from YWCA. She received an award,
Wow, that's unbelievable.
That one book, changed her whole life. And she also saved a lot of other people by doing that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And how inspiring. So I got to ask you, I mean, 22 years old, you've experienced quite a bit at that point. You're not a baby coming over here. You're not 4, 5, 6 years old at that point. I mean, you're an adult. How did you decide? How did you choose to make that transition? I mean, to leave everyone that you knew, to leave everything that you knew, and come to a place where you would really be starting absolutely from scratch. I mean, what was going through your mind at that point? Why did you decide to make such a dramatic shift in your life?
Well, I was always kind of a rebellious of the situation where I was dropped in, and I never asked to be born as a girl, and I never asked to be born under the poor parents.
Mm-hmm.
But society was kind of, looking down upon me and treating me bad, and especially my mom was discriminating against me because I was a girl, and she made me to work, because she had to run a small tavern and busy, and I had to run all the house chores from 5 o'clock in the morning until almost midnight.
Wow.
And I didn't like that life. And I wanted to become somebody because I wanted to help that poor girl. And so I was studying hard because someone said that if I become a PhD, I would be so successful and I can become like a Robin Hood and righteous person, to help others to bring the justice. So I was studying, but, I even was changing. My mom was going to send me to just elementary school, but because I was, doing so well in school, she decided to send me to middle school and high school, but after I graduated, I couldn't find a job, and I ended up becoming a, factory girl and a waitress and American Family's housemaid, and I just didn't like that job.
Sure.
And then there was an opportunity in America, looking for a housemaid from Korea, and through the, that was a newspaper ad I found. And I said, well, I'm going to take a chance because either I leave like a real person for the rest of my life by taking a chance, or if that was the real danger, because there were many bad people bringing those girls to America and selling them on the street as a prostitute.
Yeah.
So I said, well, if they sell me on that, and I'm going to just kill myself because I know we're all going to die anyway. So either I take a chance and live the life like a person, human being, or just cut it short.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just an unbelievable story. And so we've got just a couple minutes here before we got to go to break. But talk to me before the break here, in so far as what you've, just give me a couple quick key points that you try to get across to your audiences, because I know you've spoken in front of thousands and thousands of people. But give me two quick takeaways that you want people to get when they come and hear you speak. Just two, and then we'll go into some more detail after the break. But give me two right now.
Well, I want them to know that we have no choice, at birth and from dying, but we do have a choice how to live our life, and we are the boss of our life, and, have some sympathy about yourself. And if you don't help you, who's going to help you?
Yeah.
And if you help yourself, and you can have a much better life, and if you just step on you and, to hurt you, everybody else will hurt you and throw you into the garbage can probably.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, we're having just a really great conversation here with Jen Robertson, calling in from South Korea. If you want to talk to Jen, the area code is 602, and the phone number is 277-5369. And again, you're listening to Reinvention Radio, the show that creates empowered leaders driven to make a monumental impact. We'll be right back more with Jen Robertson.